Well, hello and welcome to Ultimate General, the Civil War. This is the Battle of Antietem. Right here is the town of Sharpsburg. It's going to disappear as soon as I click this skip button. And we're going to skip here too. So basically what's going to be happening in this battle, or what happened originally, is Hooker came in and came up through the cornfield. And we're not going to quite do it that way. What we're going to do instead is we're going to take 4 brigades of infantry, and we're going to take that cannon, that cannon, that cannon, and that cannon, and we're going to bring those up to Nicodemus Hill. And we're going to drive the cavalry off there, and we're going to set up artillery to kind of basically cover this whole area because they're in the woods, they're everywhere. Then as we get more troops, we're going to come up through the woods here rather than the cornfield. All right. So that's basically what's going to be happening. The first thing we're going to do is take the infantry, if I can get the infantry. There we go. And we're just going to have them come up here. And we're really not going to have them come up here. We're going to have them come up kind of in a glob right there. And that's only so they don't walk into the water. We'll fix their formation later. As far as the artillery, I too want them to be in kind of a weird form. I eventually want them to be over here someplace. And I don't want to. I'm pausing a little bit while these guys walk forward. In fact, we'll go ahead and make them go a little bit faster. For the time being, I just want them to cluster around here. I want to make sure I've driven off the cavalry before I really position the cannon where I want them. All right, so these guys are moving where I need them to move. We're going to go ahead and set them up there. That should either drive the cavalry back just because of the show of force, or they'll come up and we'll shoot them a lot. Either way, we'll have them outnumbered pretty significantly. This victory point is pretty pointless in the overall scheme of things in the overall battle, but I guess it's not totally a true statement. It is as far as this game is concerned. In the real battle, Stuart had some artillery up here. I believe it was only Stuart's artillery, but that was crashing down on the Union as they were coming through the cornfield. So, not great. All right, these guys can be more clustered where I want them, which is more or less like that. I don't think I even have them all. No. All right, then we're going to move these troops down there. The cavalry ran off, so move these guys down the hill. Oh, look, coming back. Routed the cavalry. Never mind. Doing that. All right, these guys came in and I didn't notice it really quickly. We don't want them there. And these guys up, and these guys up, and these guys up. As long as these guys can get in, behind the trees, well, they're hidden, but they're also under cover as well. So they're not going to get shot at, which is great. And move these guys up to here. And the whole concept here is I just want to get on the flank of these guys. And we're just going to move this forward as we move up the hill. We still have it on pretty high speed. But I'm not... You know, we've got a long part of the day left, so this battle doesn't have to be... Doesn't have to be, you know, won instantaneously. It doesn't have to be paced necessarily by the way the game, the battle itself progresses, or the game has the battle progress. Alright, so we're going to move this guy up. We're going to move this guy up. We're going to move this guy up to here. I'm going to move this guy into here. We're just going to start. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. And we're just going to start firing into that flank, and we should be able to drive them away, yeah, pretty quickly. Now, there's more behind them over here, probably, and these guys are going to be another problem that we'll handle in a similar way. However, we need to start filling in some of these gaps up here that we're going to be creating when we do that. So it's important that we maintain some, you know, get these troops up here before we get too aggressive. And I really don't like that there's cannon up here that I don't see. So I'm going to sneak some skirmishers up, and already I see them. So we're going to take all of these guys and shoot right at that cannon. There's obviously more, as we can see now. But I want to start driving these cannon back. And look. We're going to go ahead and back these guys back up. And we're going to back them up again, and they're going to run right into 3 brigades. Which isn't bad. They're down to 70. If we can keep pounding on that guy, at least before he goes, we might be able to drive him completely away. Maybe not. Wow. He can't have much left. I can't believe that he's survived that. Alright. Not what I really wanted to have happen. There, but see, what's great here is they're coming in and attacking me, and I'm getting them on the flank. I have more troops coming up this way. It's not all that desirable to me to... I don't desire them to come up exactly that way. I'm going to curl them around on the other flank, and we'll create like a little V. Just let them come to me. These guys, we're going to back up even. Let's speed this up just a little bit because we're mostly staying in place. And my artillery is just driving these guys back. That's just beautiful. Keep doing it. You know, they sacrifice. They keep running into me and sacrificing. I'm not without casualties, but we're really forcing them back. In fact, I may not even need to worry about making a little V here if this, oopsie, continues as it is. Alright, they have that cannon we can shoot at now, so let's go ahead and do that. Don't know if we killed it or if it just disappeared, but... Alright, we have these troops that are still pretty strong. We're just going to go ahead and close in on this brigade. Oh, even better. Let's go ahead and take out the horsies. Too late. Alright, we have more and more and more troops coming in, which is delicious. This is our third corps. They are the weakest. They're the weakest of what I have ready to put on the field. But we'll be alright. Alright. These guys are being a little too hooker-like in this. I didn't realize these guys were over there, so we're going to go ahead and flank them from both sides. And mostly it's just them coming to attack me. So, again, this being the exception, but they're so overwhelmed. And now they're driven back. And we'll bring these guys up here to face. Is that the right way? Yeah. Okay. Bring those guys up here to do the same thing to this. Again, as these guys move up and move around. They're just going to collapse. Oops, let's slow this down. Those guys are charging. No, they're charging into a ridiculous amount of forces, but, you know, hey, let's let them. I'm going to go ahead and charge these guys in, and I'm going to charge these guys in as well. They don't need to. They're already routed. I just wanted to support those troops there that... Alright, there's more cannon in view. Let's aim for the cannon. Move these guys forward. And we're having a pretty decent time of it, it looks like. This guy, kind of out by himself, so we're going to move him back. And we're going to hope they follow. Doesn't look like they are. Move these troops around. This is lovely. We've got them in a nice little... I don't know what you want to call this. This is not good. This is not good at all. I did not see that happening. Whoa, no, 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 no. Glad I saw that happen before it happened. Okay, we need you on artillery, please. Actually, go to this artillery that's out in the open and you can probably get it a lot easier. Alright, we are taking casualties, there is no doubt about it, but I think they are taking a lot more. Not real anxious with the sunken road here. So what I did here is I put all but one brigade of there's only one brigade of infantry in this particular division, and the rest of it is artillery, and that's because this is pointless to try to charge up that hill. But we're going to have to put people there, let's put cannon there, and then when we actually see what's on this hill, when we have targets, we'll be able to shoot at them pretty easily. Alright. Come on, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. These guys are charging into two brigades of 3-star troops. That's probably not the smartest thing they could do. And again, we're just pushing them back, pushing them back. We have more troops. Just bring them that way. I mean, we are definitely taking casualties. This is not, you know, we're not free from pain here. But they just really don't have a whole lot left to fight with. This is the one cannon that that we have in the 3rd Corps. It's actually not positioned too badly. In fact, I'm not going to actually do that. I'm just going to aim it that way. Let's get it right into the flank. And yeah, they're coming at me. They're coming at me, but there's just too much going on here for them. Now these cannon all have targets on which they can fire, and it looks like they're already doing it, so no real point in me aiming them beyond that, but that's a beautiful sight. And we're just going to continuously push this front forward. Don't like the way that it does that, but I don't like that they're that much in the woods. I don't like that we still haven't really destroyed as much of these cannon as I would like. I mean, definitely driving these guys. I really can't believe that these guys are holding up as well as they are, honestly. All right, come on, guys, move forward. Except for you. You stay back. I want those sharpshooters in a position to do a lot of good, and I just don't have them in such a position right now. I really need to move this artillery forward as well, but I want to move it up to here, and I need to take that first. These are all fresh troops. They're all green. These are brand new brigades. And so that greenness is not helping me a whole lot here, but everybody's green one time or another. And once again, I have the sharpshooters accidentally coming forward farther than I want them to. Again, for whatever reason, I cannot keep these things aimed at the cannon. They're charging me, but they're charging in. I'm almost just, I don't care at this point. They're in such a weak position when they do it. They're almost immediately down, and they're routed. So it's almost beneficial in at some level to watch that happen. All right, these guys are totally cooked. We're going to go ahead and back them off. Really like to see, there we go, those cannon knocked back. We're going to go ahead and take these guys and shoot at that cannon. Not what I wanted to do. Come up here. We're just going to have to bully our way through here, basically. These guys cooked. There's so much going on in this battle. I am doing a horrible job of keeping everybody in the fight, and I mean, look, this whole group back here can move forward. These guys are just getting hammered. And again, you know, they're flanked. They're firing right into them. Now they're routed, unfortunately, because they're flanked too. These guys are all back, moving forward. Aim at those guns, they're easier to hit. We're grinding these guys down with this cannon. That's just wonderful. They're having a hard time doing anything but falling back at this point. Oh, I don't want you to charge. These guys are almost broken, and when they're broken, we should be able to get good shots in on the cannon. Should. But unfortunately, before that, the cannon's getting an awful lot of good shots on us. And I ain't digging that at all. Alright, they're broken. We're just gonna see what kind of help we can give them. We'll try to break them. Bring him up around here. I hate that they're all exhausted too. But you gotta think that the Confederates are more exhausted than we are. Alright, just go. We're just going to charge into this and then take those cannon, because I don't really see a point in not at this point. We're just going to charge everybody here. They're much weaker than we are, especially if we do this in force. And we should have them driven off in no time, and we should have that entire wood, and we'll be done with those stupid cannon. Until we get to these. Oh my gosh, it's no wonder they called this artillery hell. This is insane. They're almost done though. They're almost done out of here. And we need to back this guy up. All right. Broken, broken, broken. All right, we are now going to move. Oh my gosh, I had my general back here the whole time. That was idiotic of me. All right. It's so much easier, I found, to, you know, just to play these the much smaller battles, because this just gets, wow, they're both empty. We're just going to go ahead and retreat them from the field then. That's crazy. We still have all this artillery fire coming into these guys, and that's going to be nice. They're going to be so degraded by the time the rest of the infantry gets here. I mean, you know, there's nothing left of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and break off some skirmishers and try to flank into, not flank, but try to deal with this cannon a little bit more aggressively. I don't like these cannon where they are, because they're right in the middle of the woods, which is kind of basically very degrading to their ability to do damage. So I'm going to move them up, but what I want to do is I want to move them up to, like, in here. Which isn't still exactly the ideal, but alright, now there's enough people here that those guys are driven off. We're going to go ahead and take these guys to those cannon. when we've got, I mean, just draining those artillery, just, there were just so many cannon. And none of it was, I don't know. It just seemed like no matter what I would do to this thing, I couldn't. It just seems like the cannon is my biggest enemy in this whole time. I could be crazy. All right, these guys just need to come forward. Oops, need to come forward and do that. Supplies, don't do that. Actually, supplies. Come over this way. When those cannon get there, we'll need you. What time is it in the day on this thing? $10:48. We're gonna push that. These are the last two pieces of artillery. It's gonna be so nice to get those done. Move the sharpshooters up. Again, you know, there's so few of these guys. There they are. They're done. We're just demolishing them at this point in time. I mean, start bringing these troops up. Look at them run away. All right, we're just going to keep going forward. We must pass the bridge. Okay. This is going to be a little bit different the way that I do this than Burnside did it. And we're going to need to take Sharpsburg. So let's pause here for a minute. We still need to take all of these victory points. Two of them were just added, so I say all of these. But so what we're going to do is we're going to move all of these guys down to here. And I don't know how much cannon he has left. I imagine he has some more in the town. All right, so we're going to move everybody down there as such. All right, these guys are fighting as they should. I'm kind of disinclined to move him too much more forward, and same with him. Don't want to lose these guys. When they get that small, you know, I run the risk of them going away forever. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll watch the slow collapse of the Confederate forces here at the Sunken Road. I'm just going to go ahead and I want him to take the brunt of the damage from all of the cannon. And the same with him. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll run him down there. We'll take all of these guys, aim them at there, aim this guy here. I just love watching those cannon run. Love watching those degrade into nothing. It's a beautiful sight. We're at a bit of a disadvantage with these guys. All right, so we can see that these guys are here. What we're going to do is charge them all. Charge, 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 charge. Charge, Charge. Charge. That's good enough. And we'll just bring the rest of these guys over. And sure, we're going to get a brigade having problems, but these guys are going to be so overwhelmed so quickly. Look how fast their numbers are falling. So that shouldn't be too bad. And we're just going to ease on up here. Take these guys. All right. So these guys, what I can do with these guys is I'm going to tell them not to shoot, and I'm going to run this direction and see if I can't nab them before they sneak into the town, because hopefully they don't see me. And we're pushing them away. Really hate that I keep moving these guys forward. Like, it treats them like they're skirmishers, not like they're sharpshooters. And so I have these long-range snipers that keep trying to run forward of the rest of the army, and I really don't want that to happen. Okay, this guy can... Oh, cool. It worked. And they have some supply, too. We're going to go ahead and bring them to here. And if nothing else, they're harassing this artillery, so I'm all for that. All right, let's take this artillery. Can we hit that? Yeah, we can actually. Okay, closed in from there. Bring these guys down. I can't believe that they just haven't shattered yet. I can't believe that those guys have driven this artillery off. That's pretty hilarious. Hmm. It's kind of crazy. They're kind of setting themselves up for some pretty horrific fire. And they're routed. What a shock. Apparently it's not good to be shot at from four sides. Alright. Move these guys forward. Rejoin. I'm going to go ahead and rejoin. We're going to break out skirmishers from here. I thought we were going to break out skirmishers from him. And yeah, we're getting them back. I cannot believe they have that much artillery. Gonna take that guy and back him up. Too small. So's this guy, really. Go ahead and charge into them, because why not? It's just crazy. I mean, I'm there's just so much. There's just so much going on in this battle to keep track of. We have taken that point. We have these guys. We can move them forward, I think. I think we'll find nothing really useful there. At some point in time, and I don't know when exactly that is, it's going to be a while from now. These guys have nothing left. Please let them run away. I'm going to go ahead and rejoin there to hopefully get some semblance of cohesion in that troop. They're very small, and I do not want them to go get destroyed. Keep pushing, keep pushing. All right. As I suspected, there are troops over here, which we'll drive off. We are well on our way. Got to get the general up. I don't know how I keep forgetting to move him forward, or why I keep forgetting to move him forward, but I keep forgetting to move him forward. And we're just going to keep coming in and keep knocking these guys around. Good. Cannon are done again. Still have these guys. Amazing. Okay. We're doing okay. I mean, this is perhaps not the greatest piece of military work ever done, but we are, in the end, winning. So now, at some point in time, AP Hill is going to show up. And I think that time is getting pretty close. But we got across the bridge pretty quick, so maybe not. These guys are going to shoot at this cannon. Well, some of them are. All right. We're going to have Sharpsburg in no time. These guys are almost done. I mean, it's just a matter of mopping this up now. It's just... driving these guys off. I'm going to take these brigades and bring them down here, actually, because I want to... in case AP Hill comes, I want to meet him. All right. Take these guys, aim them at that. It's astounding. That's why I don't do too much with cannon on these things, where I know I have to drive across the field. I would just as soon keep them in a spot and then be done with them. You know, it's just have them fire the whole time. But obviously, if you're advancing across a field, that's difficult. Get these guys away before anybody tries to take them back. And we are almost done with this. We are into Sharpsburg. We're going to take that point here. I'm surprised we haven't taken it yet. Just a matter of time. What's really silly to me is that, again, there's anything of these guys left. It's the level of cohesion. I don't want these guys to get lovely. I really didn't want those guys to get any melee points. That's not exactly the purpose of sharpshooting marksman, sniper types. But all right, they're done. Shoot those guys. We have the capture point. We have more cannon. Wouldn't think there could possibly be more cannon, but there's more cannon. Right. Let's concentrate our power. We will, we'll take all of these guys out that it'll let us take out. Amazing to me that those guys thought that was a good idea. All right, these guys, we're going to go ahead and tell them to leave the field as quickly as possible. Good. They're finally done. I just can't believe there is this much artillery. Where did they get it from? Tell them not to shoot, and I'm going to try to steal these supplies. Why, those guys are way back there. Don't think it matters at this point. I mean, I think we've pretty much won this battle. It's just the clock has to tick out. And while we're here, we're going to break out some skirmishers. We're going to run them forward in a non-threatening way to take these supplies. And we're getting there. All right, those guys are done, so it's just a matter of catching up to them. The question is do I catch up to them? And we'll hope that that's the case. All right. And here comes AP Hill. All right, guys, we need you. God, how can this not be dead yet? Well, at least it's routed. It's just insane. I mean, it's just been under fire for a long time, and not by a trivial amount of forces. Yeah, somehow they retook that. Not real sure how. We're going to go ahead and get them off the field quickly. This guy down here. Back this guy up. This is what's crazy. These guys change paths. You can't just aim them and say, hey, go get those supplies. You have to, like, watch it, which is the last thing you really need to be doing. Great. In this particular game. So I was hoping we were going to meet them with more than one brigade there, but as it turns out, it wasn't in the cards. This guy's about to take him. All right. Yeah, we're going to send him that way. Take off the fire again. Got some supplies, so I'm glad we got him. I'm going to take him off the field, though, as with this guy. He had a lot of supply. Once again, we're going to hide that. We're going to run up this direction. All right. These guys are coming forward. These guys aren't doing anything. We're going to back them up. We'll have this victory point in not too much longer. More cannon. Well, who could have thought that? Amazing. Just amazing. This guy should have his morale back, so let's get him join the fight. Oh, goodness. They did actually have some troops here. Go ahead and send... There's some infantry up there. I was mostly just aiming the cannon that direction. And we're driving them back. Actually, let's drive this way. We'll go to this, and we'll send one of these guys to here just to chase him back. That's nuts. We should have that victory point, though, pretty soon, and these guys are doing a pretty decent job of making that artillery impotent against these troops. So that's nice. Keeping them busy is what we need to have happen. Did they send somebody after you? Maybe not. There just can't be too much left of him because he's getting it from here, he's getting it from back here. I'm going to double click him because that guy keeps getting away, and I really don't want these to be recaptured. I'm just going to go ahead and send them this way. It was a good idea to try to get them, but I for whatever reason, it didn't work. Hey, what's your morale like? Not good. You have been fighting cannon, so I kind of get it. Alright, so this is not going very quickly. There it is. Well, I thought that's where it is. Someplace. Yeah, there we go. I knew there were troops someplace. I knew that brigade had run off. I just didn't know what had happened to it. I lost one of my skirmishers, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to run him this way, because what his real job is to do is to get those supplies. We're going to rush forward with these guys. This guy can get some skirmishers out to protect against that artillery. These guys can drive into the flank of this, and we'll drive them completely out. And we're going to get those supplies. It looks like we are. Fantastic. What do we have here? Good. We got a decent amount of them. All right, we'll march these guys forward, retake that position. Apparently, yeah, they have some troops someplace because otherwise we'd be done. All right, we're going to go ahead and flag them, get rid of them. This victory point is almost taken. I think we're going to basically drive them all from the field again before the timer is out. If that's the case, what I want to do is grab all of these guys and march them across the field, if I might. Let's hide him up here. Bring him down here. As soon as we wipe them from the field, the game ends, whether or not we have time left on the clock or not, because there's no... At least that's my As I remember this game, we'll find out. Man, there's more and more of them. Everybody's gone. They can't even run back to Shepherdstown. All right, we're almost there. We are almost there. I'm going to speed this up because this is basically just waiting for the inevitable to happen. Those guys aren't in the best of position, but this is so close to just ending. I just got to figure that it's just going to be faster this way. There we go. We finally got them all. All right, we outnumbered them from the get-go, as you can see. It wasn't really all that much, though, because they... Well, yeah, we did. It was all that much. But so we outnumbered them, but we definitely we nailed them from better than 2-1. We destroyed their guns, and that's beautiful. Captured a lot, so we did really, really well. I mean, we did lose a ton. That is not pretty, but we did a lot more damage to them. Met all of our requirements. Had some pretty decent kill ratios on this one. Look at that cannon. So, and you know, we had some that didn't do so well, but no, that's them. Okay, good. But still, it's not perfect here, but not unhappy. Lots of promotions, a few dead. So what we got here, we're going to be able to use some of these and replace some lesser equipment with that. This will be good to sell. That'll be good to sell. We have tons of those. This will be good to sell. Again, we should start to get enough of these that we'll be able to start equipping our own troops with them, and they're better than these 1842s. So we're getting a lot back. That's money that we got from all the supplies we captured. Not a bad deal. So all in all, I think we did a pretty decent job. That was the Battle of Antietem. We knocked them not only out of Maryland, but we knocked them out completely. The war would have ended here, as it would have with many of these other battles had we actually had this outcome. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. And as always, have a great day and be safe.